in love with her. He's putting her in danger.
Edward leaves her and puts her into this deep depression.
This is the last time you'll ever see me.
This time around, the saga shifts focus to the relationship between Bella and Jacob.
I know what he did to you, but Bella, I would never, ever do that.
Sometimes you start thinking that Jacob and Bella could be more than friends.
You're sort of beautiful.
Now it's not just this romance between a human girl and a vampire, but it's the beginning of a love triangle.
This triangle finds Bella torn between her love for Jacob and her longing for Edward.
You just don't belong in my world, Bella.
I belong with you.
That's what this movie's about, is that, like...
And then there's Team Jacob.
Who thinks werewolves are hot?
And there's really...
If you believe in that friendship and then all of a sudden fall in love later on, then you should be Team Jacob. But if you believe in love at first sight and seeing that mysterious man in the corner,
Say it.
join Team Edward.
There's t-shirts and bird.
Sometimes it gets me a little nervous because I'm trying to live up to the fans' expectations and trying to represent Team Jacob.
But to secure his role in New Moon, Taylor had a lot more than fan expectation to live up to.
Taylor by no means was a shoo-in for the part of Jacob for New Moon. Jacob is supposed to be like 6 feet tall. He gets bigger and bigger. He's very brawny and muscular. And in reality, Taylor is really nothing like that. He's barely 5'8".
Taylor, like his character, had to physically transform.
As soon as I finished filming Twilight, I started hitting the gym.
And in just 11 months, Taylor bulked up.
And the next thing you know, he gained almost 30 pounds and was almost entirely of muscle. He was just totally ripped.
Jacob, he goes through a lot in this movie. He transforms mentally and emotionally, which is extremely important, but the most challenging for me personally was physically.
But even with his newly buffed body, studio heads weren't convinced the teenager had the maturity to play a leading man.
What a lot of people don't know is that even after Taylor bulked up, gained all this weight, they made him audition.
He actually had to screen test with Kristen again to prove that they could have, sizzling romantic chemistry between them.
Taylor won the role again.
Welcome the actor playing Jacob Black, Taylor Lautner.
The casting process was no less grueling for the rest of the Wolfpack.
They went after people.
It's definitely the kind of movies I like because it has lots of action in it.
Like their fans, the stars of the film have their own favorite scenes.
I like the breakup scene.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
So.
Definitely. We call it a breakup scene because essentially he basically tells her that they can't be friends anymore, and he's transforming.
But for Rob,
a lot, like every night, pretty much at the hotel.
We're all very good friends. We definitely grew a lot closer this film.
Quite them.
So many people are seeing these pictures of me shirtless.
plus an fan encounters.
Probably a mom somewhere over there telling me that she's wearing panties that say Team Taylor on the front of them.
How do you do it?
Taylor still hasn't completely warmed up to the idea of being shirtless.
It's so uncomfortable knowing that so many people are seeing these pictures of me shirtless. It's weird. It's kind of embarrassing.
The New Moon
Rob, it's nuts.
I love watching him when the fans go crazy.
He's one of the most compassionate human beings I've ever met.
It's just very...
We'll all miss Rochelle. Everybody loves her, but Bryce is extremely talented.
And
My favorite book was actually Eclipse.
I really hope we can.
Twilight sets up the romance between Bella and Edward, and then Bella and Jacob's friendship grows in New Moon, but in Eclipse, it's the three of them actually physically together, and we have to team up and make this decision to try and be friends to protect her. And so I think that is the ultimate high point of the series, where it's the love triangle in Eclipse, so I'm excited to get going.
and